Welcome back to the Masochist Destroyer series. We are continuing solo mode. Now, I've had some issues lately where they're doing like some sort of construction at the front of my house. My landlord's getting done, so it's been like too loud to actually record for the last couple days. So I didn't really want to like progress the series, but I also didn't want the daily missions to go to waste. So I played like a couple games in the Water Wind Festival. I figured just collect more gems, whatever. And I wasn't really planning on it. I think I played like 3 games in the festival. So if I go back to like my match history, I played 3 games. I won all 3 just using loaner decks. Like I didn't build a deck for it. But they gave me some legacy tickets I didn't really plan on getting, so we'll open them we'll open them now. And I'm gonna try not to have to do the festival. I was just trying to move the dailies along. Anyways, we're gonna be playing Tactical Try today. Where are the legacy tickets? I have 7 of them. They got like 3 in one and 2 in another and 2 in another. I think this is gonna be my way of getting the cards in play in the future going forward. Just click the first card and just go through the cards one at a time. Wraith Moth is awful. Bird of Roses, I think Simo was playing this in his Masochist list. When this face attack position card control is stripped by battle with an opponent's attacking monster instead of the graveyard, you can special summon 2 plant tuners from your deck in defense position. I don't think we have those, and odds are our opponent would never attack to do it anyway. Photon Pirate. You can banish 1 photon monster from your graveyard. This card gains 1,000 attack until the end phase, and you can use this up twice per turn. It's not bad. We don't have any photon cards. When this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 level 4 dark monster in your graveyard with 0 attack and or defense, except another copy of Secret Drew. Special summon that target in face-up defense position. Its effects are negated. Not great. Rocket Jumper. If the only card on your opponent's side of the field are defense position monsters, this card can attack your opponent's life points directly. That shouldn't happen. It's interesting, though. Dr. Cranium. When this card is destroyed by battle instead of the graveyard, you can pay 800 life points to add a psychic-type monster from your deck to your hand. I think this might have been played in, like, MBT's Progression Playoff, but that's the only thing I think only time I've seen that card. Crossword Beetle, level 4 insect, 1812. While you control another insect, if an insect monster you control attacks a defense position monster, give them piercing. So that's pretty good for like a generic insect effect. Miotoko. This big old guy with a big old eye shoots a nasty ray beam right at you. Sounds okay. Magical Labyrinth is the worst card in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's polymerization for 1 specific fusion, and it sucks. Desert Sunlight. All monsters on your side of the field are changed to face-up defense position. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Mind Haxors. Pay 500 life points, look at your opponent's hand, and all set cards on their side of the field. Synthonian Polymer. Activate only when your opponent fusion summons a fusion monster. Tribute 1 monster to take control of that fusion monster. I don't think you'd ever do that. Elemental Recharge. Pay 1,000 life points for each elemental hero you control. Oh, gain 1,000 life points. Why would you do that? This makes more sense. Battle Mania. Activate only during your opponent's standby phase. All face-up monsters your opponent controls are changed to attack position and cannot change their battle positions this turn. All monsters your opponent currently controls must attack this turn if able. Now, I'm not sure if that means that the monsters that were already in attack position cannot change their battle position. It says face-up monsters they control are changed to attack position and cannot change their battle position. So those things happen together, but it is the and conjunction, so it implies that either one of those effects should include both of them. Anyways, we're going to get into our solo mode for Tactical Try and pick, I don't know what we get for those. These are actually ones I've never done on my main account because these were added much later. And I didn't intend on doing them. I assumed we'd be doing the Warriors of the 6 Elemental Lords first, because I think that's how it used to be. It was Elemental Lords, then Absolute Monarch, but we're going to be doing Tactical Try because that's the order they have them listed here. I have them set up by default, starting at the top. All right, so we'll do Tactical Try, we'll do Decisive. We'll do the Cyber Dragon one. Decisive Strike Cyber Dragon, which I believe is a starter deck in the OCG for 2 legacy tickets. Here's our loaner deck. 2, Hers, we have Nashter, a couple Maxi, that's cool. 3 Core, 2 Ash, 1 Chimera. All right, this looks pretty good. It's better than our deck. It'd be wonderful to be able to play it, but we will get there eventually. For now, we're going second in a practice duel, so this is probably one where they tell us what to do. So we'll probably get nothing out of it. What makes a Cyber Dragon deck unique? Cyber Dragon's deck specialize in tactics that end matches in an instant using monsters with high attack capability. Cyber Dragon is the deck's linchpin with the high attack and ability to special summon right under the right conditions. It is easy to fusion summon powerful fusion monsters by taking advantage of the fact that many of this deck's monsters are treated as Cyber Dragon when they are on the field or in the graveyard. The key to victory is finding the right timing to bring out your trump cards. Now, the reason you're allowed to play 3 Core and 3 Cyber Dragon is because they Core is only treated as Cyber Dragon on the field and on the graveyard, so it's not always treated as Cyber Dragon, unlike RP Lady 1, 2, and 3, in which case you can only play one of those at 3 copies per deck. All right, so let's see what we do. Our opponent's probably going to go first, summon a monster, and then we can summon our Cyber Dragon. All right, they have Shard of Greed and a Megalo Smasher X. So use the effect of Cyber Dragon to win the duel during this turn. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can special summon Cyber Dragon from your hand. So special summon Cyber Dragon. Now this is still an effect, even though it does not activate. You can tell that it's because you can normal summon Cyber Dragon, that makes that an effect. So they ask us to summon Core, and we'll use Core to add Realm. Okay. So I haven't really worked with Realm, so we'll see how good it is. All right. Activate Realm and use it to add Cyberduck Chimera from Cyberduck Chimera to our hand. Okay, we will do that. And we'll take Chimera. So apparently Realm adds a Cyberdark monster. Activate Realm to normal summon Cyberdark Chimera. So this gives us an additional normal summon of a Cyberdark monster. Sure, I will activate that. And we can use this effect to search for Power Bond. So we have to discard any spell or trap card. Talents doesn't do anything because they have no monsters that can activate. We have Power Bond. And we can use Cyber Dragon and Cyber Dragon Core as materials to make the Link Summon Seeger. Okay. Before I do that, I was saying a Cyber Dragon's ability to summon itself is an effect. It is a non-activated effect. You can identify if a monster has an effect to summon itself or a non-effect in a couple of ways. One, this card can be normal summoned, so that means any abilities it has are effects or conditions. So if your opponent only controls a monster you specialist from the hand, must be an effect. It doesn't activate because it says from your hand in parentheses. If it tells you where you summon it from in parentheses, it's a non-activated special summon. If the monster cannot be normal summoned and must be summoned in that way, it is not an effect. It's just the way that monster gets summoned. All right, so we're going to be summoning Seeger using 2 machine monsters, including Cyber Dragon. They want us to use Cyber Dragon, and they want us to use Core, because we're probably going to activate Power Bond and banish cards from the graveyard, because I'm pretty sure Chimera lets us fuse from the graveyard. Power Bond to summon Rampage Dragon. All right. Rampage is like the best Cyber Dragon fusion. It's been like that for forever. All right. Okay. I didn't want to use off the Seeger. It seemed like it was forcing me to do that. All right. So we'll summon Rampage Dragon. We use 2 materials so we can destroy 2 spell or trap cards in the field. And we'll pop both of their back row. Rampage is one of those interesting cards that it does 2 things on activation, and they're connected by I believe it's the also conjunction. When this card is fusion summoned, blah, 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 blah. Here, this effect. You can send 2 light machines from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, each monster sent to the graveyard, this card gains one additional attack during each battle phase's turn. The phrasing of this card allows you to use it during turn 1, which has a couple of cards that can't gain extra attacks. So they want us to send, I don't know, Cyber Dragon and Core for some reason, when we could use the Hertz to add a card back. That'd be nice. But they don't want us to do that. And now we can attack multiple times, and we're gained 2100 attack from the Cyber Dragon Seeger. All right. Sure. Just to clarify, Seeger says, for the rest of this turn, neither player takes... During the battle phase, if this card has not declared an attack, so we declared an attack, I figure we can do 100 damage first. Okay, they insist we attack with a Rampage first, so we'll just end the game that way. But when it doesn't matter, they don't let you do anything. When it does matter, they make you do plays in really awkward ways. All right, so there's our victory. And now we get 1 game with our deck. I guess they're all going to just have 2 games. We'll get the Cyber Dragon icon. Let's see if the deck is the same. It should be, because this is meant to be a starter deck for people in Rookie or Bronze. I didn't try to load it up when we were starting the challenge. Alrighty. So we have a bunch of Cyber Dragons. We are going first. All right. They're going to let us do whatever we want. So in this case, I believe the best play is to pass. Because if we put Core in grave, it adds Cyber Dragon, which there is another one in the deck. Do we really need another one? I guess we can do it. But now our Imperm is reliant on being on the field. That's the one problem with this. Whereas Imperm would have been nice to keep in our hand. They gave us Regeki, so we can go second with that. There's a chance we lose this game, because we're probably up against the mirror. Or we're playing against this water deck. So they're just going to make some random rank 4 after attacking over a monster. That's fine. And they can't use a Skullmeister from hand if they had one, because this negates effects, not activations. Sure. Neither of these cards have actual, effects to respond to. Okay, of course they put that in the extra monster zone, when it's most easy for us to do something about it. All right, so we have Red Reboot in case they have a valuable trap card. I don't think this Imperm's going to get any other use, so we're just going to Imperm the Utopia, negating whatever this back row is. We just can't activate the Regeki in that column. We will special Cyber Dragon while we can. Does it make sense to make Mega Fleet now? Can I get to game? We have a Seeger. We've got a couple options on what we can do. I'm going to activate Nashter, pitching this Cyber Dragon to bring back hers. And I'm pretty sure, oh, can we target the hers? We probably can't target hers. So now we can overlay for Nova so that Nova can bring back the hers. We could use its effect to make itself level 5, but I'm not sure that really makes sense to do because our Nashter is not level 5. Just trying to think about how we get to game. So currently, we make a Mega Fleet, attack. The effect of Nova is you can banish a Cyber Dragon from your hand or face upon your field to give this 2100. So if we make a Mega Fleet, we get rid of this, so that's 24, and then this would be 21 and not game. Well, we can get Seeger, and then again, Infinity, I can eat this. I'm not sure why I would do that. So I can make this into 24. We can make Seeger, which doesn't do damage. Give this 21 another 21. Would really like to make sure I end the game when I do this. Not sure I can. I thought about this a little longer. I might have brought back regular Cyber Dragon, which I can still add back. I don't think I have normal summon as well, so we will make Mega Fleet using hers and Utopia. Oh, is it one effect per turn? Okay, so that did not work as I intended. Do I care about my Nashter? Not really. I do a little more damage with Infinity, but not a lot. So we'll just get in. And since they can't really use that card yet, I'll just set this to protect it. We can make, do we have 3 spells engraved? So if I use this, it'll like clear itself from the spell and trap card from the extra monster zone. I could just make Seeger, which protects us. So we'll do that. So Seeger is going to make it so they can't just get over us with a bigger body. Whoops. And we'll pass here. And they're going to get their first counter on Shard of Greed, which is just generic counter. If we negate Jar of Greed, it actually, yeah, sure. Thrasher by itself doesn't do anything, so no reason to waste our negate. And we have Regeki, so we can just end the game. The goal is to save the negate for the back row, so we have Red Reboot as well as Infinity to negate that, so we'll just attack per game. No point in doing anything else. And we'll just attack the Seeger until the Seeger's declared its attack and its resolved damage. We can still use its effect to boost the Infinity, but less things, less trouble. All right, so we have our Cyber Dragon icon now. Cool. Gate cleared. And we've gained access to the Cyber Dragon pack. I'm not going to collect packs that way. Maybe I'll collect them in the next episode. All right, so we got some legacy tickets, and we've completed the Cyber Dragon deck. Let's move on to Evil Twins, the Evil Twin Kaito pair. And we're getting legacy tickets again, and we have a Sprite Evil Twin deck. All right, let's see what happens. They're going to tell us what to do, so we don't really have much say in what's happening here. The reason this isn't like... All right, what makes an Evil Twin deck unique? Evil Twin decks use a combination of Kill and Leela monsters to fight. All right, they have special effects to summon each other from the deck and graveyard, letting you link summon repeatedly. Also, many monsters have effects that can activate on your opponent's turn. Build strategies with both your and your opponent's turn in mind to inch closer to victory. I'm going to test something here. I'm going to boost the volume, which I have set pretty low. Just maybe, for whatever reason, like 0 volume is coming through from Master Duel. I can hear a lot of the volume, but it's not transferring over here. It's probably because I'm currently hearing through my headphones. If I turn this on, should get some volume. No, nothing. Okay. Alrighty, let's see what we get. All right, so summon Kill, summon Leela. So this is an entire deck full of what we would call tour guides. Summon Kill, sure. So basically, the one you want to trigger is the one you summon first. So we're going to try and draw a card. Because currently we're going to bring the Leela out, and then the Leela is going to bring back Kill, and then we'll draw a card. And when it's special summon while we control a Leela, we draw a card. Now they want us to go straight to Trouble Sunny with these two. I wonder if they want us to attack or not, or if they want us to just like use Kill to pop a card. All right, so we're going to go to the battle phase and inflict 1300 by attacking. Then we'll probably use the effect and bring them both back. All right, and so attributing Trouble Sunny, bringing back both. Do I select them one at a time? I'll select that one and the other one. I think they're considered summoned simultaneously, but I don't think that matters for activating the effect. All right, so this is a pretty decent lesson on how these cards work. First, they gave us a card that we drew into that can't be activated. Oh, and it specifically works on a direct attack. So we read Drowning Mirror Force, at least that. I'm glad this particular solo mode does something a little more productive for teaching an actual new player. All right. So we have some new legacy tickets. We'll go to obtain the icon for the Evil Twin deck. or live twin deck. All right. Oh, we opened Max C. That's useful. Probably not against solo mode. Oh, I'm going first. Okay, so we're gonna use Kiss a Kill to summon Leela. What's Tiny Stitch do? Adds a monster? Sure, we'll just get all the monsters. So if our opponent can actually do something productive, we will be dying. So I'm going to grab this Leela Treat because I already control. So we have the Leela Treat and we have the Frost, which are like the extenders you search for when one of these gets hand trapped. So we could have done that if we got hand trapped. But we didn't get hand trapped. So we start with a Kiss a Kill, and it doesn't really matter. I just want the extra level 2s on the field to use for my sprite cards when I get to sprites. Sure, we'll use our priority to use the quick effect to... Oh, what? Oh, because we already control it. I can't bring it back because I already control it. Ah, I didn't consider that as a possible problem. Perhaps I should have summoned these in a slightly different order. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to pop a card. Whatever. Not the biggest deal in the world. Just went super neg here by just pressing buttons. I didn't realize that you couldn't revive if you already had one on the field, so which I guess is what the problem is here. So we'll just go into Gigantic and get the rest of this going. We'll grab blue, and blue will grab Jet, and then Jet will get starter, and then starter can get... Oh, can we do elf? They didn't give us elf. That sucks. All right, so we will summon... I guess we get Carrot because we can negate a card that might be unstoppable otherwise. We have Double Cross. We could attach a monster to Gigantic. And I don't really want to go into IP here. We have 2 Maxis. I guess we'll Maxi our opponent since we have nothing else to do with it in the event they actually do something. Apparently we can double cross our graveyard to the board. Sure, go ahead. Summon a monster. I would like to draw a card. What the hell was that? Xyz Reception. Target one face-on monster you control that has a level. Special summon one monster at the same level from your hand. Okay. So they made Utopia. I think we should take Utopia. Do I want to take Utopia? I'll just negate a spell if they do a spell. What are they going to attack over? I don't really care. Alright, so now they can resolve a spell. Alright, so we got Secret Password, which searches a spell. Alright, I'm going to go into IP so that I can use Double Cross and get my Leela's back in play. Special summon the... which one? But one's still stuck underneath the... So I'm going to go into the Leela with the Kiss a Kill and the Leela to summon back the Kiss a Kill, and I'll draw a card. Put Sprite Carrot in play. Link summon for... I haven't popped a card yet. I guess we make Nightmare Unicorn with the IP and the Leela pitching this dead Cosmic Cyclone. Can bring back our Leela. There's nothing to pop this time, though, and I don't want to activate it again by accident. They're a big enough link board justify going into here. Just this, which requires an Evil Twin monster. So we could do it with just like one monster. All right, so let's see what we can do here. Well, if the game continues, we'll have the challenge, which brings one back and then can link summon. If I detach, we lose power on our Gigantic Sprite. Oh, there's an access code talker in here? Oh, okay, we'll just... I probably use the Leela, or... One of these guys locks us into, like, beans from the extra, I think. So, currently, do we have game? 32 and 22, that's 5,000 plus 400. That's 54, 64, 74, 84, plus 200. It's game on board. We'll just attack per game. Alright, so Gigantic will get in. Unicorn will get in. Leela will get in. Kiss a Kill will get in, and then Carrot will get in. The only other thing we could have really done is played around Nibiru by activating the Gigantic Sprite, giving us something to tribute with the Sprite Carrot. Alright, so we've got our icon, and now we have one more trial to go through. Oh, we have another pack open. No, we'll not be going to the store. Eldritch the Conqueror. I love Eldritch. It's like my favorite, like, generic, just random card. Like, I would put it in any deck just to have an infinite back row removal. Preferably with a deck which has infinite spells. I like it in Orcus, because Orcus Babel can always be added back to your hand, which means you can always add Eldritch back to your hand. Alright, so, okay, so they want us to... This particular trial I did play before. Okay, so we're going to activate... Oh, they're going first? Okay. Use Eldritch. Okay, so we're going to use Eldritch and send their card to the graveyard. And they have Drowning Mirror Force. So we're going to use Black Awakening because we haven't used the effect on the field, because its effects are either or per turn. And then we'll use Eldritch ability to summon itself. And we'll just attack our opponent per game by adding back Eldritch and special summoning it. And we'll get it for 35. And we can't be sure by card effects. And yep, they didn't really get to teach a player using this deck what to do with the end phase effects in the graveyard, but it was something. All right, let's get our Elixir of White Destiny, an icon depicting a gem of profound wisdom that emits white radiance and it transforms to absorbing desire of sacrifices offered to it. I do not like that icon at all. I feel like they give you the Eldritch icon for something else already, so or maybe it's like purchasable in the store. I guess we'll get Eldritch out of the deck. No reason to not do it. And I guess we just set 4. As long as they don't start with Duster, this will feel fine. All right, we have some vampire stuff, some Zeus. Alrighty. Guess we let them discard a card. I think they just keep giving us the same Xyz opponent to keep playing against, which is okay. It's just funny. So now we'll get Scarlet Sanguine out of the deck. Oh, do I bring out Baller Draw? No, we'll get Eldritch. When you already control Eldritch, the Elixirs can summon. Oh, I guess I'll Cosmic while it's their end phase. See what their card is. It's probably the Drowning Mirror Force that they keep having. Alrighty. So we can get some new cards in play. So this will put Conquistador in the back row. And the other one can put Hakero in the back row. And now the question is, how do we get through this and end the game in this turn if we can? So Libe was in here, right? Okay, so we're going to go into Gustav X, which I don't think is going to lock us out of activating Eldritch this turn. So we'll burn them for 2,000. We'll add back Eldritch by sending, it doesn't really matter. I'll send a Kero. I don't think their defense matters at all. And we will not summon it. We will just send straight to the graveyard the Summoner Monk. And we'll just go into Libe and boost it to 6,000 and attack the game. Early on when I started playing Master Duel, I used the Eldritch Fluffle deck. And basically, this was a big part of ending the game. All right, and that's the end of the duel. And we'll have obtained everything we need from this solo mode. And next we can get into the actual, like, intended starter story modes. Alrighty. So the gate's been cleared. We have access to several new secret packs. I'm not going to go to... Actually, I should have gone to the store. I do want to go to the legacy tickets. I don't want to go to those stores. And next is Monarchs. So we completed some missions, probably some lifetimes. So we got a bunch of gems, a legacy ticket, a soccer ball. We got some gems for the dailies for solo mode. We got some secret pack gems, solo gate gems. All right, so let's go collect our legacy tickets. And then we'll be continuing the series in ranked at the end of this episode, or to start the next episode. So we got 7 more legacy tickets to go with the 7 we started with this episode, which had 0 cards we were going to play. So we got another Jujutsu Master, which is fine in the deck we have, so we might play it again. Grab us into the different dimension. Declare 1 attribute and select 2 monsters with that attribute in the graveyard to remove both of those from play. So it's like a bad, slow, double DD Crow. Yugioh. If this card is destroyed by battle inside the graveyard, roll 6-sided die, then you can special summon 1 fairy monster from your graveyard whose level is equal to that result. Not great. 3 Humplakuta. If there are 3 face-up 3 Humplakutas on your side of the field, tribute 2 of them to draw 3 cards. It seems cool, but I don't think it's going to happen. Gravity Crush Dragon. You can send 1 continuous spell card. You control the graveyard to target 1 monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Always thought this card was kind of cool. Cloudy and Ghost Fog. Cannot be special summoned. Neither player takes damage from attacks involving this card. If this card is destroyed by battle, distribute fog counters equal to the level of the monster that destroyed it amongst face-up monsters. Kind of weird. All right, Gareth is fine. Crawling Dragon is just a vanilla. Supporter in the Shadows is just a vanilla. Sword Slasher is vanilla. Gem Knight Sapphire is a high defense vanilla. Cursed Bill. When the equipped monster is destroyed and this card sent to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to who controlled the equipped monster, equal to the monster's original defense. Not great here. Got one out of the frying pan. Pay 500 life points to negate the activation of a spell card and return it to the owner's hand. This is like the worst of these random counter traps where you pay 5 and give the card back because it's a spell card. You just activate it again. Unless it has like a special cost or something. Contract laundering. Destroy as many dark contracts in your spell trap card zone as possible. And if you do draw the same number of cards you destroyed, then gain 1,000 for each card that you drew with this effect. I actually always thought this card was pretty decent. Drawing cards and replacing the dead contracts after you've used them. Most contracts can be reused, so it's probably not worth playing. But yeah, that's going to wrap up solo mode, and we'll continue the challenge, and not sure if I want to use these packs we've opened, the Eldritch Altergeist or Cyber Dragon pack, but apparently we have 10 days to decide on that since they're stuck open. All right, so that's going to wrap this up.